GameStop is back in a massive way in my book. So there's been a lot of bad news in the gaming industry lately. It's been heartbreaking. My personal big heartbreak, which you can see in one of our other videos, is the downfall of Xbox. And its overall decay and hurting of the gaming industry as a whole has been pretty rough. But I'm old. Physical media is a big deal for me. I like buying games with the cartridge or the disc or whatever it may be. My kids don't. They don't like to have to get up and change the things because they're young and, you know, kids these days. But Pokemon ZA came out as I recorded this a couple days ago. And I went ahead and reserved it at GameStop because I like to put the money down. It helps keep me disciplined. I don't have to have it burn in a hole in my pocket. I know it's where it needs to go to pay things off. And also it gave me plenty of time because it's with the DLC about $110. But our local GameStop did a launch party from 7 to 11, and we showed up right at 7 because my kids are still somewhat young and they have school, and it was so sweet. They had a person who plays Pokemon, the card game, on a competitive level, teaching anybody who wanted to play. So a couple of my kids went over, and he was really, really good, and he was really good at explaining things. They had snacks, they had food, they set up a couple gaming stations, so they played Pokemon Tournament DX, I think it was, and Smash Brothers and Mario Kart World. And then the manager brought his Switch too, and so they could play any games that he already owned, which were like just a lot. And like there's some Lego game they wanted to try that I wasn't gonna buy that they got to play. It was a really good time, and everyone who came in, you know, we're all different kinds of people. Not a lot of people came to the early part, but everyone was kind, and the 3 employees really fostered a really sweet and kind environment. 2 of my kids have autism, one a little more severe than the other, and I was never worried about how they were being interacted with. It was just absolute professional, kind, like just what you want to see out of people in general, but it was really, really beautiful and a really, really good time, and it felt like a safe environment. I am old enough. I went to midnight launches all the time because that was a big deal. The one I remember having the most fun at was when Skyrim came out, and I got the thick player's guide, and there was a huge line, and just like having that camaraderie of like, yeah, games are pretty fucking cool, aren't they? And just talking to people in line about other games, you know, just like having that sense of community, which nowadays, since everything's online and everyone's pissed off, you don't get that as much. You can't go on and talk about anything without people just being negative and awful. But at that launch, my kids got to interact with people that also really love Pokemon. Some their age, some, you know, parents, employees. I don't like that. I don't mean to sound like an old man, but that sense of community that you get from doing things and being out with people, that was really good, and that's something I didn't realize how much I missed until I went and did this with them and got to be a part of it. We missed the Switch 2 launch. And getting to experience that because we went to a Coheed and Cambria concert, which was amazing, by the way. But I think from now on, when they do midnight releases, at least at this particular GameStop for us, we're gonna attend because that's special, and I really don't want my kids interacting with people on the internet. One, because I think it's just there's a lot of negative energy and also creeps out there. But to learn to interact with people in life is a skill we all need, and it can be really rewarding. So hopefully we all get to experience stuff like that in the future. Hopefully places like GameStop will stick around a little bit longer. I know it's harder, especially for them, but Xbox is being removed from stores. There's not as much left, and I know it's hard. At any brick and mortar places, it's hard to make money because nobody has it. Because America sucks right now. If you haven't heard, they don't like us to have money or healthcare or rights, so it's been a bummer. But yeah, maybe I know it's a giant. It's a corporation, but I have to say, go to midnight launches, support your local game stores, even if it's GameStop. Like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.